Good evening, everyone. On behalf of agricultureinformation.com, I welcome Mr. Varghese Thomas Panicker, and he will talk about ornamental fish aquaculture. I now request the speaker to begin. Thank you.
Hello and good evening. So my name is Varghese Thomas. I am the sole proprietor for BLR Guppy Farm. BLR Guppy Farm was established in the year 2017 and went on to become an aquaculture farm registered in the year 2020. We have over 10 varieties of imported guppies, which is currently available in sale. So we mainly focus on guppy rearing and guppy breeding. So as we all know, guppy is ornamental fish, which is extremely useful in treating various aquaculture ponds. So, as we know, there is a lot of mosquitoes and a lot of insects being bred in these stagnant waters. So, the first fish which comes into our mind is guppies. The reason being that guppies feed on mosquito larvae. So, that's one very important feature of guppy, which makes it very unique compared to other fishes. Apart from it being an ornamental fish, it's also a lucky fish, also nicknamed as the millionaire's fish. The reason being guppy a millionaire's fish is because of its uniqueness and the number of strains it has. We have over 100 plus varieties of guppies available, which are not genetically modified but naturally available in the coast of Brazil. So, as we all know, guppies are a freshwater fish commonly found in Brazil and Central America. The reason being that it's the birthplace of the fish named Guppy. So, the name Guppy comes from the scientist who found out the species in Central America. And moving on to the reason why I started guppy culture. Guppy is one of the easiest fishes to be bred, and it has a very good scope in the international market as well as in the domestic market. Coming to the international market, currently the leading producer and breeder for guppies currently in the market is Thailand, followed by Vietnam. Currently, India has not made its mark yet. We do have exports happening from our end. We do ship our fish all across the globe. We have our stations put up in Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and now we recently sent in a shipment to the US. And apart from this, guppies is a fish which relaxes our minds. So, fish, in the sense, guppy fish, being an ornamental fish, not only is meant for the purpose of sale and making money, it's also a fish which has an impact on our life. It relaxes our body, and the reason being for me to make this statement is that various medical colleges buy fish from me, stating that there's a therapy known as fish therapy, which is very essential in calming your mind. So, apart from various other objectives, which people think fish business is just to make money, not only that, we have a universal impact which guppy fish or this ornamental fish brings to the society. Apart from this, let's come into rearing and breeding. Guppy fish, as I stated earlier, is very easy to breed, but the main negative point in breeding guppies is that stability. So it took me almost 5 to 6 years to understand the proper breeding cycle. I have literally attended various classes from top breeders from Thailand, and it took me several years and personal experience for me to master the expert breeding techniques. And currently, we have a non-patented breeding technique which is yet to come up in the market, and this is the high-tech breeding technique which we use for breeding our guppies. Apart from breeding guppies, the main objective in the fish business, or if you want to make a mark in the fish business, is packing your fish. So each and every breeder has his own unique way of packing the fish. So which makes it a trade secret for the particular breeder. on how to pack the fish. We do follow a special protocol, so the customers who purchase from BLR Guppy Farm might be aware of the same. It's We have a unique packing which gives our customer 100% life guarantee. So as you can see, we can on our website, it's clearly mentioned life guarantee. We are giving our customer 100% life guarantee anywhere in the world. The reason being that it took me 7 to 10 years to understand various techniques to pack a guppy and the proportion of oxygen and various mixtures that has to be added in each and every shipment. So you can see these are a couple of varieties and couple of strains which we have. We have Moscow blue, we have albino full red, then we have platinum red tail, Dumboya guppies. These are all the guppies which we have. We have over 10 varieties currently available sale, and all these are live videos shot at our farm, put up in Bangalore. So we have HB Red Rose. You can just go through our website for more details and more info. All these are bred at BLR Guppy Farm, and we currently all orders are online, as well as we do have doorstep pickup. But we don't, since as mentioned earlier, we have not yet patented our technology for breeding. So hence we don't allow customers to enter our farm and have a look of the premises. The main reason being that we haven't yet patented our technology yet. And it's a technology which enables us to produce guppies in the same quality as mentioned on the videos. You can just have a look of the video, and you can expect the same quality of guppies which has been delivered to your doorstep. Apart from this, we can assure you life guarantee. In case if you all
Hello.
have any queries or any customers or any of the participants watching this video have our website, which is www.blrguppy file number and various other contact details. You can just reach. Good evening. Madam, I'm done with my presentation. You can just brief me if you have. If any of you all have any questions, can proceed to the question session.
Okay. So you can share some more details about ornamental fish aquaculture?
Madam, I did share quite a few details on ornamental fish culture.
Okay.
As I mentioned earlier,
Okay.
the breeding and various techniques I've already mentioned. So, coming to breeding is very easy, as you can see in the videos mentioned above. We have males and females which are very easily identifiable. Uh, for example, these which I am showing are all males, and a female can be easily spotted in the video sent. This is an endler bar guppy. These are the females, as mentioned on the screen. These are the females, and these are the males. The one with more coloration is the male, and the one with the lesser coloration is the female. Uh, and there's a particular breeding ratio known as a trio, by which there's one male to two female ratio, which is meant for breeding. Coming to its lifespan, we have a lifespan from 3 to 4 years. Coming to its feeding habits, we mainly use live feeds as such like brine shrimp, mainly found in the market. And coming to its maintenance, is very easy to maintain since it's a hardy fish. It survives in a very good pH difference, and it's the best fish for a beginner. Coming to its breeding, it takes time to understand the original breeding techniques and to understand its stability. Apart from that, guppies are a fish which is well known in the Indian as well as in the international markets. Any other questions, madam?
Okay, sir. I'll take up the questions now. Just give me a minute. In the meantime, can you please stop sharing the screen, sir?
Yeah, perfect. Okay. Just give me a second, madam.
Okay, I'll move on to the questions now. The
Yes.
first question is, what motivated you to start an ornamental fish farming venture, and how did your journey begin?
Yeah, I started when I was 17 years old, back when I was in school. And the reason I started the guppy breeding business back in those days was mainly since I found it very interesting and amusing. I was literally amused seeing these various guppies breed, since my mother had just bought two guppies from the aquarium shop, which went on to breed and give me about 250 to 500 guppies in a short span of 6 to 8 months. This made me a good backup and made me start this venture towards this business. And now it stands as the biggest. I can proudly say that BLR Guppy Farm is the biggest guppy farm in whole of Karnataka, and we have a very good audience for the same. Any other questions, madam?
Yes, sir. I'll move on to the next question. Sir, how big is the ornamental fish market in India and what are the opportunities for new entrepreneurs?
The business is always well and wide. It only comes to the passion. Ornamental fish business is nothing. It's not something that makes money overnight. It takes time and it's driven by passion. You need the passion for looking after all these fishes. And it's not a joke. It takes a lot of time. It's time consuming and it's quite stressful in the long run because you won't be making profit immediately. It takes at least 3 to 6 months for a guppy to breed and to bring it up to a proper saleable size. And coming to the business, it has immense scope. As mentioned earlier, there is always scope for guppies in the Indian market as well as in the international market.
Okay. Sir, why are ornamental fish considered a profitable option for small scale farmers and urban entrepreneurs?
It's a it's a guppy does not require much space for breeding. That being a one plus point, since most of the entrepreneurs don't have space and don't have the amount and the money to invest in large scale. And coming to its affordability, guppies, a simple basic guppy can be bought for just 300 to 500, whereas any other businesses require a minimum capital investment of thousands. These can be started with just 500 to 1000, and I can assure you each breeding pair can give you at least 10 to 20 pairs, and those can be sold at a very reasonable amount of 300 to 150, making them a very good profit in the long run.
Okay. Sir, what are the most suitable ornamental fish species for beginners in aquaculture?
The most easiest fish for aquaculture would be guppies being the top in priority, followed by betas, which are also known as fighter fish. Then we also have various other fishes such as rasboras, neon tetras, tetras. These are other varieties which are quite demand in the market, but not as in demand as guppies, because guppies, as we know, is the most popular fish in the Indian as well as in the international market.
Okay. What are the basic infrastructure and investment requirements to start a small ornamental fish farm?
The basic requirement is mainly a planted tank. If you have a small 5 feet to 6 feet ornamental tank, which wherein which partitions can be done, and we have good amount of ornamental plants such as hornwort guppy grass, and everyone knows that guppy grass derived its name from guppies. So guppies mainly require this grass just for the sake of breeding. So we just a very basic setup of a 4 feet to 5 feet tank with ornamental guppy grass being layered inside. It can give you a very good profit in the long run with breeding starting within 30 to 40 days, and you will easily receive a minimum of 40 to 50 fries in each batch. That is provided you have one male to two female ratio, which is known as a trio ratio. Yeah.
Could you explain the ideal water quality parameters and tank management practices for
The
ornamental
ideal
fish?
pH would be 7 to 7.5, being the ideal pH. The temperature would be preferred tropical temperature, tropical climate of 25 to 33, up to 33 is the ideal temperature for guppy breeding. It's a tropical fish, hence preferred climate is hot and humid climate.
Okay.
Yes.
Sir, what are the common diseases in ornamental fish farming and how can farmers prevent them?
Coming to diseases, most commonly found diseases are fungal diseases, and the most simplest technique which is used in the ornamental fish culture is simple salt treatment being the most basic and most necessary uh, treatment of a live fish is salt treatment. The reason being that salt, as we know, has a lot of antiseptic properties. So a certain concentration of salt is more than enough to cure any fish, any disease. Coming to other higher variants like swim bladder disease, those can be treated with a solution known as methylene blue, which is commonly used by almost most of the ornamental fish breeders.
Okay. What feeding practices and nutrition management are important for healthy fish growth?
As mentioned on the screen, as I mentioned earlier, the best feed which we prefer in the ornamental fish breeding would be brine shrimp, also known as artemia. That would be the most optimum feed for best results.
Sir, how can small farmers connect with the buyers such as aquarium shops, exporters, or hobbies?
You can the best mode would be Google. You can just Google the nearest aquarium shops, or you can Google us as well. We are also ready to take in the guppies if it reaches the particular standard expected by us. We are also ready to buy the fish if the quality you can assure the same quality that we provide our customers. And coming to customers, very simple. You can Google 95% of aquarium shops in and around Bangalore. We supply guppies, and there's always a constant demand for guppies. And for being in such high demand, there is always a market for guppies in and around Bangalore. And since there's a demand, you can easily approach any aquarium shop near you and sell your fish.
Okay. What are the common challenges in marketing ornamental fish in India?
The common challenge is that, as per recent norms, there is no advertisements to be published in the name of live products. Since fish being a live product, there is no Amazon or Flipkart sales permitted in Indian waters, but it's permitted abroad, like in US and in various other states. Live fish is allowed to be sold, but whereas in India, the live fish is not allowed to be sold in the open market. That's in Flipkart and Amazon and various e-commerce platforms.
Okay. Sir, is there a potential for exporting ornamental fish from India, and
Yes,
what
yes.
standard must farmers follow?
It's always there. There is 100% potential for India to export, provided it maintains its particular standard. We at BLR Guppy Farm maintain a particular standard. Hence, our fishes have been exported to various countries, starting from US and also Australia and various other nations in and across the world.
Okay. Sir, how can farmers adopt eco-friendly and sustainable practices in ornamental fish aquaculture?
Sustainable and eco-friendly measures would be the packaging mainly, reduce the amount of plastic usage, and feed and reuse the same water, recycle the same water. We at BLR Guppy Farm make sure the waste water which has been used for treatment and which is used for the fish is sent out into specific storage containers and tanks, where in which those the same water is used to water our garden. We have a lot of ornamental plants as well, like rose and lotuses. We use the same water for treatment of our plants because ammonia rich water and soil is the best for the growth of plants. So that being a main reason and contributing to a sustainable ecosystem.
Okay. Sir, what practical advice would you give to students, farmers, or hobbyists who want to start an ornamental fish farming?
As of now, based on the present condition and market, it's a very good option to start ornamental fish breeding business. Currently, I have guided quite a few number of students and young entrepreneurs to start this business. And coming to its potential in future, there's always going to be a demand in the ornamental fish market, and India is going to make its mark in the upcoming future, since the government also supports various schemes related to aquaculture and its upliftment.
Okay. Sir, what are the most common mistakes beginners make in ornamental fish farming?
The main common mistake is selecting an imported strain, such as an albino strain or some strain which is tough to breed. Selecting imported strains would always end up in loss, be stating that he is not is since he is inexperienced in the field. There's various processes known as conditioning, quarantine, which has to is mandatory for a fish to reach Indian waters and breed in Indian waters. Provided he, until and unless if he is an expert in the field, he won't be able to breed these guppies which have been imported from Thailand or Vietnam in Indian waters. So that's the main mistake that new farmers in the industry do.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much, sir. We have now completed the round of questions on behalf of agricultureinformation.com. We would like to thank Mr. Varghese Thomas Panicker for the talk and for answering the questions. This meeting will now be closed.
Right. Thank you and good day, ma'am.
You're most welcome, sir. Thank you. Bye bye.